What event made you instantly lose respect for someone? I watched my best friend of 15 years step over my unconscious body to take a selfie with a celebrity, and I realized she'd never actually cared about me at all. Rebecca and I had been inseparable since middle school. She was my maid of honor, godmother to my kids, the person I called for everything. We planned this girl's trip to LA for months, our first vacation without kids in years. We were at this trendy rooftop bar when I started feeling weird, dizzy, nauseous, like the room was spinning. I told Rebecca I needed to sit down, that something was wrong. She was distracted, scanning the room with her phone out. Then she grabbed my arm excitedly. Some reality TV star had just walked in. Rebecca was obsessed with this woman, always posting about her online. But that was just the beginning of discovering who Rebecca really was. I was getting worse by the minute, vision blurring, struggling to stay upright. I kept telling Rebecca I needed help, that I thought someone had put something in my drink. She kept saying, just give me 5 minutes, while trying to get closer to this celebrity. I collapsed right there on the bar floor, hit my head hard on the way down, blood everywhere. People were screaming. Someone called 911. I was conscious but couldn't move, couldn't speak properly. Rebecca finally looked down at me lying there bleeding. For a second, I thought she'd help, call my husband, stay with me while paramedics came. Instead, she stepped over my body, positioned herself next to the celebrity who was watching the chaos, and took a selfie. What happened next showed me exactly who my best friend really was. While I was being loaded onto a stretcher, Rebecca was posting the selfie on Instagram with the caption, "OMG, look who I met tonight. Dreams do come true." She didn't ride in the ambulance, didn't call my husband, didn't even follow to the hospital. She stayed at the bar networking with the celebrity's entourage, using my medical emergency as a conversation starter about how crazy her night was going. I found out later that Rebecca had been drugged too, but by her own choice. She'd been taking Xanax and drinking all night, trying to work up courage to approach this celebrity. She'd been planning this chance encounter for weeks. When the bartender had warned us that someone was spiking drinks, Rebecca heard him. She just didn't bother telling me because she was too focused on her celebrity hunt. My husband found me in the ER alone 3 hours later when Rebecca finally remembered to call him. I had a concussion, needed 12 stitches, and could have died if my drink had been spiked with something stronger. Rebecca showed up the next morning with flowers and a story about how traumatic the night had been for her, how seeing me hurt was so scary, how she was just in shock and didn't know what to do. But I'd already seen her Instagram, 23 posts from that night, photos with the celebrity, videos of the bar, stories about the wild night out. In every single post, I was either cropped out or she was strategically positioned so my medical emergency wasn't visible. What happened next revealed the truth I'd been blind to for 15 years. I started looking back at our friendship with new eyes. Every time something bad happened to me, Rebecca had somehow made it about herself. When I was going through my divorce, she'd complained about her perfect marriage. When I lost my job, she talked about her promotion. She'd been using my crises as opportunities to make herself look better by comparison. My pain was her content. My emergencies were her drama to share. The hospital incident wasn't an exception. It was the pattern finally becoming impossible to ignore. Rebecca still doesn't understand why I won't speak to her. She thinks I'm being dramatic about one bad night. She's told mutual friends that I'm holding a grudge over something that happened while she was in shock. Last week, she posted a throwback photo of us with the caption, "Missing my ride or die bestie." Some people change, but real friends forgive and move on. She's still trying to use my pain for content.